Hi, baby.
Brought you this.
Thank you. What is it?
It's your latte drink. What should we call it?
We're talking about Australia.
Oh, yes.
She said, "Are you a romantic?" I know Travis is a romantic, but are you? And I said,
think
yes.
I brought it out in her.
Yes. I love you.
Stop making
I
out.
love you. I'll see you later.
We'll see you at the show.
All right, have fun.
A good sound check. Thanks
I
for
will.
coming
Hit
to
me
the
on
zoo.
your way back. Of course. Have fun at
I
the
will.
zoo.
We're
Bye,
getting-
Rainey.
No.
You got everything? All right.
I was thinking like I'm a romantic with him.
Yeah, because I remember someone that I was just friends with would be like, I don't even like hugging people.
Yeah.
I had to go to a hugging class. That's what you told me.
Yeah. That hugging club.
I love you. I'm going to go say hi to Rock Rock.
I love you.
All right, I love you.
Look at my new pajamas.
Was Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian's love story always destined to crash? From neighbors to lovers, 3 weddings in less than a year. An endless PDA that had fans dizzy. It looked like a Hollywood fairy tale. But behind the roses and Instagram posts, cracks started to show. Travis struggling with the Kardashian machine, Kourtney pushing for family stability while he lived the rock star life, and whispers that their blended families were anything but picture perfect. Today, we're breaking down the truth behind Travis Barker's split rumors with Kourtney Kardashian and why this story might end in heartbreak. Before the paparazzi flashbulbs and the Italian castles, there was just suburbia. For years, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker were simply next-door neighbors in Calabasas. Their kids grew up side by side, birthday parties, school runs, casual backyard hangouts. Nothing about it screamed Hollywood headline. If anything, it was shockingly normal for 2 people who lived their lives under the spotlight. But sometimes the quietest connections grow into the loudest love stories. Somewhere along the way, that easy friendship started to shift. Maybe it was time and Kourtney had finally put the chaos of Scott Disick behind her. Maybe it was trust Travis had been in her orbit for years, someone who already knew her world. Whatever the reason, the line between friendship and romance suddenly disappeared. And when it did, it wasn't a slow burn. It was a spark that set the whole celebrity world on fire. When Kourtney and Travis finally went public in early 2021, it wasn't just a relationship reveal, it was a cultural reset. Fans had always seen Kourtney as the reserved Kardashian, the sister who preferred privacy over spectacle. But suddenly, she was front and center, locking lips on red carpets, posting fiery PDA on Instagram, and glowing in a way people had never seen. And then there was Travis. The tattoo-covered rocker who once lived on late nights and chaos suddenly seemed laser-focused on one thing, Kourtney. He wasn't just committed, he was obsessed. Daily declarations of love, tattoos of her name, grand gestures that screamed devotion. It felt less like a romance and more like a love storm, pulling both of them into its center. The public ate it up. For months, every post, every kiss, every over-the-top moment dominated headlines. To fans, it looked like Kourtney had finally found her fairy tale. No more heartbreak, no more Scott Disick drama. This was a new chapter. And it was bold. But here's the thing about whirlwind romances. They burn hot and they burn fast. For every person gushing over their passion, there was someone else whispering, "Can love this loud really last?" By October 2021, less than a year after going public, Travis Barker decided to turn their whirlwind into a forever. And in true Kardashian fashion, it wasn't subtle. Picture this: Montecito, California. Hundreds of roses forming a perfect circle on the beach. Dozens of glowing candles. An ocean view straight out of a Hollywood movie. Cameras rolling to catch every single tear, every kiss, every smile. Then Travis dropped to one knee and slid a massive diamond onto Kourtney's finger. It was over-the-top, extravagant, and instantly viral. Fans around the world gushed over the proposal, but critics couldn't help but notice how fast everything was moving. Less than a year together and they were already sprinting toward marriage. Was this true love or obsession dressed up in designer gowns? And if the proposal seemed intense, the weddings took things to another level. First came the chaotic Vegas chapel wedding in April 2022, right after the Grammys' no license. Just tequila, Elvis, and pure mayhem. Then came the legal courthouse ceremony in Santa Barbara. Quiet but official. And finally, the main event. A jaw-dropping Italian wedding in medieval castles, oceanside views, Dolce & Gabbana couture, and the entire Kardashian-Jenner dynasty turning it into a global media circus. 3 weddings in just a few months. To some, it was romantic. To others, it looked desperate, like they were trying to prove their love with spectacle after spectacle. But beneath the fireworks, the cracks were already beginning to show. For the cameras, everything looked flawless. The roses, the castles, the vows. It was the Kardashian dream storyline come to life. But away from the flashing lights, things weren't nearly as perfect. The first sign, Scott Disick. His absence from their Italian wedding spoke volumes. For years, he had been a permanent fixture in Kourtney's life, not just as her ex, but as the father of her 3 kids. And while Scott wasn't physically present in Portofino, his shadow certainly was. Kourtney's children, Mason, Penelope, and Rain, weren't adjusting smoothly to having a stepdad in the picture. On the flip side, Travis's kids, Alabama and Landon, were polite in public, but according to whispers, they weren't exactly embracing their news. And adding fuel to the fire was Travis's ex, Shannon McCoy. She had no problem voicing her disapproval, shading Kourtney in interviews and on social media. Those digs reportedly filtered back to the kids, making it harder for the blended family to find common ground. Fans also started noticing tension in little ways. Family outings where Kourtney's kids looked distant, viral Disney clips that sparked backlash, with people accusing the couple of being too much. Kourtney brushed it off, claiming people just didn't understand their love. But to insiders, it looked like the picture-perfect romance was already colliding with messy family reality. Because blending families is never easy. And when you add cameras, tabloids, and exes into the mix, those cracks only get harder to hide. After the Whirlwind weddings, Kourtney and Travis set their sights on the next chapter, having a baby together, and in typical Kardashian fashion, even this deeply personal journey played out under the glare of Hulu cameras. The couple turned to IVF, but what should have been a hopeful process quickly became one of the hardest battles of their relationship. For Kourtney, the treatments were brutal hormone shots, emotional swings, and heartbreaking disappointments. Fans watched her break down in tears on screen, admitting how overwhelming it all felt. Travis stood by her side, cheering her on, but whispers began circulating. Did he truly want to start over with a newborn? After all, he already had 2 kids, both teenagers who were nearly grown. For him, diapers and midnight feedings were in the rearview mirror. For Kourtney, though, the dream of one more child felt urgent, almost like her final shot at building the family she had always wanted. And that's where the tension grew. Was this shared goal, or was it Kourtney's dream dragging them into a struggle Travis wasn't fully invested in? IVF can test any couple, but for them, it played out like a public stress test. Fans debated whether it made them relatable or whether it exposed that beneath the PDA and grand gestures, they weren't fully aligned. What was supposed to unite them as husband and wife might have quietly pushed them further apart. If the IVF journey revealed emotional cracks, their everyday lives exposed even deeper divides. Kourtney Kardashian has built her entire brand on clean living and wellness. We're talking organic meals, strict routines, and a home life centered around stability and holistic health. To her, family dinners and green smoothies weren't just habits, they were non-negotiables. Travis Barker, on the other hand, was still living the rhythm of a rock star, touring with Blink-182 late-night studio sessions. Collaborations that kept him jet-setting across the world. For him, chaos wasn't a problem, it was home. These 2 worlds collided behind closed doors. Parenting decisions turned into heated debates. Kourtney's strict rules for her kids didn't always align with Travis's more laid-back approach. She wanted calm nights at home. He thrived on adrenaline and unpredictability. What started as opposites attract slowly began to feel like opposites collide. Even friends noticed the differences. Kourtney envisioned a future built around her wellness empire and raising her kids in a grounded environment. Travis, though, was pulled back into the high-energy pace of the music industry. And as insiders revealed, the more his schedule ramped up, the more drained Kourtney became. The love was real, but so were the lifestyle clashes. And when passion meets reality, one question lingers. Can devotion alone bridge 2 completely different visions of the future? For Travis Barker, music had always been his heartbeat. He was used to controlling his image on his own terms behind the drum kit, on tour, or in the studio. But marrying Kourtney didn't just make him a husband. It made him part of the Kardashian empire. And that came with a price. From day one, their relationship was packaged into content. Intimate moments turned into Hulu's Instagram feeds flooded with black and white PDA photos. Every milestone wasn't just celebrated, it was branded. At first, Travis played along. He gushed about Kourtney online, posed for photos, even leaned into the narrative. But insiders whispered he began to feel suffocated. The Kardashian machine is relentless. Nothing is too sacred to monetize. And for a rocker used to freedom, it was like being caught in a cage, wrapped in roses. Meanwhile, Kourtney thrived under the spotlight. For years, she had been the quiet Kardashian, often overshadowed by her sisters. Now, she had a love story that rivaled any Hollywood script, and she embraced it fully. But the more she leaned in, the more Travis reportedly pulled back. Fans started noticing the shift. The once nonstop PDA posts slowed down, the dramatic captions disappeared. And in the Kardashian universe, silence always sparks suspicion. For Travis, this wasn't just marriage, it was assimilation into a billion-dollar brand. And insiders say, deep down, he wondered, did he still feel like himself? Or just another storyline in the Kardashian empire? So here's the million-dollar question. What happens now? Speculation around Kourtney and Travis is running wild. Some insiders whisper that a breakup is looming, that Travis has confided to friends about feeling boxed in, and that the weight of the Kardashian machine is more than he bargained for. If that's true, we could be on the brink of one of Hollywood's biggest and messiest splits. Think about it. Scott Disick instantly back in the spotlight. The kids caught in an even bigger media storm. And headlines framing Travis as the rocker who couldn't survive the Kardashian empire. But on the flip side, others believe they're not finished yet. They point to their foundation of friendship, to the fire that made their romance impossible to ignore, and to the fact that, despite the tension, they still show up for each other. Maybe this storm only makes them stronger. Maybe we'll see a dramatic recommitment to vow renewal, another baby announcement, or even a joint business venture blending wellness with rock culture. The truth. Both outcomes are possible. And that's exactly why the world can't look away. Whether they stay together or walk apart, Kourtney and Travis have already secured their place as one of Hollywood's most unforgettable couples. Their relationship has never just been about love, it's been about storylines, spectacle, and the spotlight. And in the Kardashian universe, the story is never really over. So do Kourtney and Travis have what it takes to weather the storm? Are we watching the countdown to one of Hollywood's most explosive breakups? Or will they silence the doubters with a comeback that proves love really can survive fame, family drama, and the Kardashian spotlight? One thing's certain, the world is watching their every move. And whatever happens next, it won't just be a relationship update, it'll be another chapter in the Kardashian empire. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is the beginning of the end, or just a rough patch on their road to forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading them all. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into their rollercoaster romance, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next jaw-dropping update. Because trust me, this story is far from over.